Firstly, typology. What is typology in photography? Well, a photographic typology is a body of photographic work that shares a high level of consistency and similarity. The consistency is usually found within the subject's environment, photographic process, and presentation or direction of the subject. Some examples of this might include a series of faces, all shot with the same lighting and composition, but all the faces are different people, or a series of architectural features of a building or building style, such as brutalist office buildings, as shown here. Some typologies might look at the way that different people live or how they choose to decorate their houses. And the contrast between images can be seen easily in a photographic typology, where all the images are displayed together. Now let's look at how I interpreted the brief and what I looked at. Without anything in mind, I went for a walk around the city to gather some inspiration. Firstly, I found a series of graffiti pieces consisting of bold and colourful painted characters. A number of these were by a local graffiti artist called Mel Draws. I particularly like how vibrant the use of colours, and when thinking about the aim of the brief, to find 20 images for the typology, I thought that this could be a really good idea. However, as it is graffiti or wall art, I found it very hard to locate more of the classic characterized heart shape, so I moved on. An alternative idea that I had was to photograph a series of multi-storey car parks in and around Newcastle. When doing my research for this idea, I found it quite difficult to find 20 different car parks with more than 3 floors. But here are a few photos I took during my walk around the city. When looking further into all the multi-storey car parks in Newcastle, I was able to come up with a long list and images from Google Maps. When attempting to take actual photos of each of the locations, it just wasn't feasible. Trying to get the best angle and similar style shot for each photo just wasn't going to work. So I moved on to an idea that I thought was more feasible. Height restriction warnings when driving under a railway. When I read it out, it does sound very niche. Anyway, when researching this one, I followed the metro line on Google Maps and pinpointed every single road that goes underneath a metro line, as seen here, and here, 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 and here. Was this any more feasible? No. Looking at my final idea, which yes, was feasible, building facades. Here is a selection of some of my photos that I used for the final typology. As you can see, they all follow a similar style. They all fill the frame of the shot. They all look perfectly flat. This was achieved with the use of the perspective tool in Adobe Lightroom. Finally, here is the end result of my photographic typology. Moving on to the second project, Subcom. What does Subcom mean? It is simply an abbreviated form of the monthly subscription community. Households in the UK are increasingly spending more money on monthly subscription-based purchases than ever before. The brief for this project was to pick a company that sends out monthly subscription boxes and research their brand identity to make a letterbox-sized package to, well, fit through a letterbox, and to create branding to accompany the design of the box itself. Initially, I looked at these companies. I was particularly interested in the branding style of Oddballs, Citizens of Soil, and My One. In the end, I decided to pick My One, as I had the most ideas for this company. Looking at their branding of packages or web design, or even the history of condom box design, there was a common theme throughout: circles. I created a few mock-up designs of circle-shaped boxes as seen here, in CAD. Then I wanted to look again, how can the shape of a circle be used in the branding of the box? Following these sketches, I created some mock-ups in Photoshop, as seen in this time-lapse in the background. Finally, when I had everything together, I started constructing the box. Using a sheet of polypropylene I found, I made the main structure of the box out of that and then used a glue gun to hold each of the pieces together. And here is my final outcome for the subcom brief.